Viney B, and welcome to Viney B's Homemaker Experience. Since it's been a while since I last posted a video, I am especially glad that you decided to join me. Today, I am going to be sharing with you a recipe that is easy to make, as always, and delicious to eat. I call it sweet potato bread. I'm sorry, sweet potato bread. That's right, sweet, double sweet, well, sweet potato bread. All right, well, let's not waste any more time. Let's get started. All right, here are the ingredients that we'll need to make the sweet potato bread. 2 types of flour, oat flour and farina flour, 2 types of sugar, brown sugar and granulated white sugar, 2 eggs, which we're going to lightly beat them. One of my favorite ingredients, pureed sweet potatoes, flaxseed meal, and I'll be adding a little bit of water to the flaxseed meal, and this will be a substitute for 1 egg. Greek yogurt, baking powder, baking soda, salt, cinnamon, nutmeg, vanilla extract and almond extract, raisins and butterscotch morsels, milk, and oil. And then that is it for what we'll need today. All right, so the first thing that I did was I've turned my oven on and I have it set at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So you want to make sure you preheat your oven. And then, as I mentioned earlier, I took the flaxseed meal and I added 2.5 tablespoons of water to it. And you need to let it set aside. That's why I went ahead and did that. Okay, to give it time to, you want to give it time to kind of congeal, or you want to give it time to just come together. I guess. I'm not sure the right word to use, but you just need to give it time to thicken up. That's the word. Yeah. All right. You want to give it time to thicken. Let's see. It's been about maybe 10 minutes or so that I've had it sitting. So, all right. So we'll just set this aside. All right. So for now, what we'll do is we're going to get our dry ingredients. We're going to sift all of the dry ingredients together, or as many as I can fit in this sifter. And what I think maybe I'll just go ahead and do the sugar first and then do the flour and all of that. Okay. And as always, I do like to measure or weigh my dry ingredients as much as I can. They say it's more accurate, and I like the fact that I don't have a measuring cup to wash and clean. Okay, so we're going to put in, so I'm going to add 100 grams of, well, let me back it up a little bit. Yeah, okay, all right. So I'm going to add 100 grams of, which is a half a cup of brown sugar. Okay, we're there. All right, and now we're going to add the granulated sugar. We're going to add 1 3/4 cups, which is 350 grams. Okay. All right, right, and we'll just go ahead and sift this together. And then we'll come back and get the flour and the baking powder and cinnamon, you know, the rest of the dry ingredients. All right, and the brown sugar kind of can stick a bit. And so what we'll do, it's not going to all go through easily, so we'll just dump it in. But at least we've got most of it mixed in with the granulated sugar. All right, so now we're going to do the flour. And we'll start with the oat flour. One second, let me get something. Okay, I'm just going to get a piece of wax paper. Let's move this over. I'm going to set the sifter on there. All right, so we're going to use 3 1/4 cups of oat flour, which is about 390 grams, okay? So we got this set, all right. Now let's go 390. All right. So we've got 390 and so of grams of the oat flour, and as you can see, it's overflowing. So what we're going to do is we're just going to sift some of this out, and then we'll add the farina flour and the other dry ingredients. So now I just need to add a 1/2 cup of the farina flour. Which is about 80 grams. Next, we'll put 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder. ¾ teaspoons of baking soda. And 3/4 teaspoons of salt. One tablespoon of cinnamon. I'm going to use a 1/2 teaspoon to measure the tablespoon out. So 3 teaspoons make a tablespoon. So we'll need 6 of these 1/2 teaspoons. So that's 1, 4, and as you can see, you don't have to have it level or anything. I mean, you know, kind of want to level it off, but it doesn't have to be exact. Okay, that's 4 and 6, or is that 7? Haha. Well, if it is, it'll be nice and cinnamony. And I think it was 6. I should have stayed focused on my counting. All right, so we've got the cinnamon in. All right, so I'm gonna put some nutmeg in now, and I'm just going to use a pinch of nutmeg, and I've actually got a little measuring spoon. This says a pinch. I think I mentioned this to you before, that I had found these little measuring spoons. This one says a pinch, which is about a 1/16 of a teaspoon. So that's all I'm going to put in. I haven't tried the nutmeg in it before. All right, so we'll just put a little bit, and that's it for the dry ingredients. And what we'll do, we'll go ahead and sift this into the flour and sugar. And you don't have to use this kind of sifter. You know, this is kind of an old-fashioned kind. I kind of like it. You can use, you know, what is it? The one that's like a strainer or a sieve. Just the hand sieve that you just shake. You don't have this little turner on it or anything. The point is, you want to kind of get all the ingredients, all the dry ingredients mixed together. And it makes it a little easier when you sift it, as opposed to trying to stir it in and get it mixed. All right, just a little bit with the oat flour. It doesn't always go through the sieve easily, so it was just a little bit left, and so we'll just dump that in, and then we'll take what was on our wax paper and just pour that in. Okay. All right, so now we'll just kind of get this sugar and the flour, the rest, you know, mixed in together. Because remember, we put, before, all the sugar and flour wouldn't go in the same sifter. So we do need to kind of mix it in a bit. All right, so we're just going to mix the flour and sugar in together while it's dry. Ooh, I don't think my bowl isn't quite large enough to do a lot of whisking. Okay. I'm gonna let that go. I'm just gonna get it mixed up good. And actually, we could run it through the sifter again if need be, but I think we'll be all right. Okay, I just want all of this mixed in. Get the sugar mixed in thoroughly with the flour. And I think that might be one of the advantages if you use one of the larger sifters. It would, I mean, you know, it would be good if you could use a larger sifter. If you have a larger one, that'd be great. Okay, there we go. All right. Now, all right, we'll just move this aside for now. All right, so we're going to start off mixing the sweet potatoes and the yogurt, okay, together. I'm just going to do a little bit. It makes it a little bit easier when you just start off like this, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get this mixed in. Just kind of doing a little bit at a time. And you can put this in the blender, the milk, and just pour everything in. if you want, or a food processor. That's another way to do it. Okay, but you definitely can do it by hand. Okay. Just go ahead and get the rest of this in here. Yeah, when you do a little bit at a time, it makes it a little easier to mix it in. Ends up, at least to me, it seems like it comes together a little better. Okay, we'll set that there. Take our eggs. Okay, we're going to lightly beat the eggs. Okay, I think that's good. And let me get the oil. First, I'm going to go ahead and put the flaxseed egg in with the eggs. Okay. Just kind of stir that around a little bit. Yeah, this was 7. We didn't have to weigh it just now, but this was we weighed it earlier. And that was 7 grams. 7 grams of flaxseed meal. Okay. Take it kind of slow because you don't want to, I don't want to put too much oil in. Let the scale catch up to show me how much I've put in. Okay. All right, that'll do it. All right, we'll just mix that with the egg. Okay. Then we're going to put the milk in with this. And I think I'm going to just pour some of this. I don't think it'll all fit in this measuring cup, but I don't know, maybe so. Just going to pour it in here. So we'll just pour this in a little bit at a time and mix it in. Now you don't have to do it like this, but I find it works out a lot better for me. When I do it a little bit at a time. Oh, I can smell that nutmeg, and I didn't even use that much. Okay, and we'll put the vanilla and the almond extract in. I could have put it in the with the milk. Okay. All right. All right, so let's set that over there. All right, so now let's bring our dry ingredients back. And before we mix the wet and the dry, I'm going to take a little bit of the flour mixture. And I'm going to put it over the raisins and the butterscotch morsels. Shake it around. This helps when you put a little flour on these butterscotch morsels and raisins, it helps them not to sink to the bottom of the batter. Move that over. Okay. All right, so now we'll take the wet ingredients and we're just going to pour them into the dry. You know what? I just thought about it. I didn't put any nutmeg into the wet mixture. That must have been the sweet potatoes giving off that fragrant smell. I thought it was a nutmeg. I made the comment how good it was smelling. Then again, maybe it was the vanilla and the almond extract that was sitting here. Whatever it was smelling good. All right, so I'm going to use my big spatula to get this all mixed up together. And you don't have to do a lot of mixing with this. You just want to get it combined together. And it's going to be lumpy, which is okay in this case. Okay, so now we're just going to take our we'll wait on that. We'll just set this to the side for now. All right, so now we're going to take a 1/2 cup of sugar and a teaspoon of cinnamon to make the topping that's going to go over the batter once we have it in the pan. And so a 1/2 cup is about 100 grams. Sugar. Okay. And then a teaspoon of cinnamon. So we got using the 1/4 teaspoon. So we'll do 4 of these. All right, we'll just mix this together. And then it'll be ready to put over the top once we put the batter in the pan. All right, set that aside for now. Okay, let's get our pan ready. This pan is approximately 10.5 inches by about 15, the interior area of it. Okay. All right, so we gave it a good spray of the non-stick oil or cooking oil or spray, whatever they call it. All right. All right. So I like to put the raisins and the morsels in just before I put it into the pan. Kind of mix it around. If you want to add nuts, you can. It's up to you. Pecans, oh yeah, that would be good, especially during the holidays. So now we're just gonna get this in here. You can bake this in loaf pans as well. If I'm giving it to someone, I do bake it in a loaf pan. It makes it just, I don't know, it's a nice presentation, but this batch I am making for at home. We like it for breakfast, and what I'll do is I will cut it into squares and then package it and freeze it, and then whenever we want some, it's ready to go. Okay, I'll try to spread this out. As you can see, it's a thick batter. Okay. So you got to kind of spread it around the pan. Now, take the sugar and cinnamon, and we're just going to sprinkle it over the batter. All right, so now we're going to place this in a 350 degree preheated oven. All right, now my husband had that first piece. As for the rest of this, I'm going to, well, aside from this piece right here, I'm going to eat this piece. But the rest of it, I am going to pack it up. Oh, there it is. Let me get this up. Put it right over here. There it is. All right, I'm going to have that with some hot chocolate. I do believe it's one of those kind of days. Okay, I'm going to have that. And then the rest of this I'm going to slice and then put it in a bag, and to the freezer it will go. All right, that looks good, doesn't it? Okay, and we'll just put it in the bag. I think I can get 2 in a bag. There. See how nicely that packages up? All right, here it is. Try to get the air out as much as you can. All right, there it is. All ready to go into a freezer bag. This is just the lunch bag, and then I'll just slide this into a freezer bag. Okay, there it is. And we can have this anytime for breakfast, a little snack, lunch, whatever. It's this sweet potato bread. Wonderful thing. All right, I'll just set this aside, and then I'm going to finish packaging the rest of this bread up. And now, and so this is really the end of my video. And if this is your first time tuning in, please subscribe to my channel. That's Bonnie B, B as in boy, Bonnie B, Bonnie B's Homemaker Experience, and share it with your family and friends. And also remember to click the little bell so that you will be alerted each time I upload a new video. I wouldn't want you to miss a video that I've just uploaded, you know? So click that little alert bell, okay? All right. Well, I thank you again for joining me, and I pray that that you saw something that, or heard something that was beneficial to you. All right. Well, thank you again. God bless. And see you next time. Bye-bye for now. And I hope you make the sweet potato cake. I'm sorry. It's so good. It is like cake, but I hope you make the sweet potato bread. You'll enjoy it. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.